Boys, who is this right here?
Make Robert use
Papa Hatcher.
Papa Hatcher.
Oh, you're making Robert use
Papa Hatcher. Papa Hatcher is going to tell you about when he was a little boy.
Yeah, when I was a little boy now,
Jackson.
we had to gather sweet potatoes in the fall of the year.
Ew.
Yeah,
That stinks.
okay.
Oh.
When you gather sweet potatoes, you bowl it out a place in the dirt like a saucer, about 5 foot diameter circle. And you go to the woods and gather up pine straw. Now you take this pine straw, haul it in a wagon with mules, and put it down in that saucer-looking space that you dug out. Oh, about 2 or 3 inches thick. Then you take this wagon and go to the field and gather the sweet potatoes that's been plowed up. And you haul them to this barn and lay them on that pine straw and stack them up like a teepee, like an Indian
Ew, that
house.
stinks.
You know, like a point. You fill it up. You have
That stinks.
8-10 bushels in there.
That stinks.
Hey,
Then you put pine straw all around these potatoes.
y'all know what a sweet potato is, right?
About 2 inches thick, right up the
And go
side.
up in the clouds.
Yeah. And then you take a shovel with dirt and cover that pine straw up. All except a little hole right at the top.
Why do you leave a hole at the top?
Where they breathe. You have a door down on one side. You leave a little opening where you scratch the dirt straw back, and then potatoes will fall down as you pull some out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
See? And that keeps the rain and the humidity out of it.
Okay.
And they dry out and they get sweet. Then in the spring of the year, in the summer months,
Ew.
you go to the tater bank and get about 4 or 5 potatoes and stick in your overall
get
pocket,
money.
some in this pocket, some in that pocket.
And get money.
And then you hook up the mule and
get
go to the
money out
field
of your
and plow.
pocket so you can buy it.
And when you get back there to the field,
So you can buy
you dig
it.
a little hole in the dirt.
Now, this is important. This is how you
You
cook
dig,
it.
dig a little
This is
hole in the
important.
dirt and put 4 or 5 of them potatoes in there. And then cover it level with the dirt with some loose dirt, about a 1/2 inch thick.
Oh, that was a big
Then you
stick.
build your little fire over top of them potatoes like a teepee, just like an Indian hut, a little bitty fire. It ain't got to be about that high. Just a bunch of sticks and wood. Build your little fire over there. Then go on with your plowing and work. And about 3 hours later, the fire burned down, ashes done got cool. Then you scratch the potatoes out, and they're ready to eat. They bake just like you put them in the oven.
Why don't you just put them in the oven instead of putting
Oh,
them
the oven is way at the house. The oven ain't back in the
They
field.
have ovens.
See?
Why would an oven be in a field?
Now, if
That's
there
the
was
whole
somebody at the house to bake you some and bring them to you, boy, you'd be uptown. But you're way back yonder in the field. And
thing.
so
You remember those things?
that's what you get to eat on. Then you plow a few more rounds and stop and get you another potato. Peel it, eat it. Good eating. Sweet potato, good eating.
Now, how
If
many?
you want to, you can make sweet potato fries.
Yeah, a sweet potato pie.
Fry.
Now, Papa, how old were you when you had to work out in the fields and eat those sweet potatoes?
Oh, I was about 8 years old. 7,
Maddox, you're about 8.
9.
Maddie, you ready to do that right now?
Are you ready to go work in the fields, Maddox?
That's hard work, boy.
You can take that back to Cub Scouts and show everybody how to do it.
What about chickens? You guys kill your own chickens and cook them?
Oh, yeah.
Why would you kill your farm?
We did that in Cuba too.
Yeah.
We used to raise them in the backyard with corn.
Oh, we always had about, I guess we usually kept anywhere around 15 hens and a rooster.
Yep.
And those hens, they lay out and set. And we killed the fryers unless we wanted pull it or two to keep out of the mud, you know.
Right.
Now, Papa,
That was
you when you were a kid, and you and Uncle Max would work out in the fields, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And what were you doing in the fields? What were you doing?
Plowing.
Plowing the fields?
Yeah, corn, peanuts.
Okay.
Did you have a tractor?
No.
What'd you have? A mule?
Mule.
What was the mule's name?
We had one named Queen, we had one named Rhoda, and we had one named Ada.
Queen, Rhoda, and Ada.
What's a mule?
A mule is
A dog?
no, it's half horse and half donkey, right?
In the head?
I
You're
think
half
so.
donkey.
I think so. I think it's a cross between a horse and a donkey.
So when you would do that, you'd have to walk behind the mule and hold the plow down, right?
Yeah.
See, you've seen that on TV. Have you ever seen that on TV, Maddox?
No.
Instead of a tractor, they have a mule plowing the ground, and Papa Hatcher really did that.
And before that, probably
He had
10, 20
he had
years
to
before
straighten
that,
out a half horse and half
they
donkey.
plowed with oxen before they had mules.
Stop.
And he said he had an oxen one time, an oxen named Queenie, that
And
was
a
the
mule-
littlest
mule
oxen.
named Queen.
Oh,
We
what?
didn't ever have no oxen. I was talking about the oxen when I was logging. That was in about 47, 48.
That was 1,800 pounds, Maddox.
And this man had 5 of them.
one of the smallest.
And the smallest,
The smallest
one
one.
was 1,800 pounds.
An oxen's like a cow.
1800.
And they pull a log you wouldn't believe.
Now, Papa's going to tell you, too, whenever he was... How old were you, Papa, when you went to the World War II?
I was about 19 years old when I went to World War II.
And tell the boys about that. He flew up, he was in a plane.
Y'all seen that picture by Daddy's bed, right? That was Papa when he was young, man.
I never seen it.
I can't tell much about that, but it was bad.
But Daddy, remember the picture at Papa Hatcher's house? That's the plane he rode?
Yeah.
That was?
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was 18 years old. That's just 10 years older than you, Maddox.
Yeah, I was about 19 years old when I went to service.
For how long, Papa?
3 years.
Great.
And I went to a bunch of schools. I went to Great Lakes, Illinois for boot camp. Now they give me 8 weeks of training.
Well, yeah.
8
All you
weeks.
needed wasn't
But Afghanistan people, they can't get them trained in
Grandma.
30 years.
Max has my shirt on. That's my Minecraft shirt on.
Then they sent me
His-
from
that shirt's
Great
like
Lakes,
so big.
Illinois. They sent me to Evanston, Illinois, the university. And to study radio. Learn to send code, take code, send code. And actually left there, decided they needed more radio men and planes than they did on ships. So they sent me to Memphis, Tennessee to learn about radio and airplanes.
in A.S. Millington.
And they got me trained there, and then they sent me to Pensacola, Florida
That sound.
to learn how to shoot machine guns.
Wow.
Then after I left there, they sent me to San Diego.
Where was it? Pensacola Island.
Yeah, North Island, San Diego.
40 yards.
And they put me in a squadron there, 15 planes. And how many's in a squadron? 15.
15.
Yeah. From there we flew to the Hawaiian Island. Took I think it was 21, 22 hours
You get plenty of fuel.
Wow.
in the air.
Yeah. L.A., yeah, whatever.
Then from
That's a lot of hours.
And in the war, Maddox and
then we
Jackson,
left the Hawaiian
Can
Island
you
the
make sure
next
Jackson
day.
doesn't sit in this?
Flew to the Fiji Islands.
Okay.
Was that pretty?
The Fiji Islands is on down toward Australia. Little old island in the big Pacific.
no, Jackson.
Over there,
No.
on it, might say.
He said no.
And,
Sit.
we left there, and we flew to a little old island called Palmyra. It's just another little rock in the Pacific Ocean with an airstrip on it. And we left there through the Guadalcanal. landed on Guadalcanal about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun was shining just as pretty as you ever see. Palm trees everywhere. Oh, limestone runway. They come up there, got us in a Jeep, carried us down through the jungle. Got down there, they had 2 or 3 Quonset huts. You know what, old round top huts.
Well, you're living high. Could
Oh,
have been a
yeah,
16-man tent.
And hadn't been in the Quonset hut 30 minutes. Sirens coming to blowing, you know, wheeling. What the hell coming off here? Some of the fellas is already down there in the Quonset. So you better run and get in that damn bomb shelter over there.
Wow.
Where? Over there. Damn hole in the dirt. Like a cave. They
Wow.
took them CBs, they took them caterpillars and them old palm trees and just piled them up. And made a cave out of it. Then pushed dirt up on top of them. You know, they bombed the runway. Tore it up. Japanese planes come over and bombed the runway. And about sundown, I guess, everything got quiet, you know, it sounded all clear. You come out of the bomb shelter.
Richard.
Holler come down there to the hut.
Grandpa.
We'll be going out tonight.
Again?
So we did. We went out and flew all night. Them CBs done took them old Raiders and covered up them holes.
Now, Jackson,
And we took off, flew all night. Went up New George Island, flew around there all night long.
Jackson,
My goodness.
Hunting barges,
What?
shipping,
I'm going to ask you.
gunboats.
What?
Japan bringing in supplies to men that go on them islands. And they transferring men from one island to another. Like that.
Now, Papa, tell Jackson every night for 9 months, every night for 9 months, every night for like 12 hours a night, Papa had to get in a plane and at nighttime had to go. What did you have to do, Papa?
Well, we'd go up around them islands. That string of islands runs from Guadalcanal to Japan. Bunch of islands. And we'd go up, they'd assign us an island to fly around all night. See, if nothing come in on barges, nothing went out. And we had radar on the gun, radar on the plane. You pick up an object 90 miles. And we flew about 12,000 feet. If the barge was coming between them islands to transfer men or hold supplies, things like that, you could pick them up a long ways. But we'd like say home in on them. If the target was over that way and we were flying this way, we just go that way. And home in on the target. It'd be dead center on your scope, you know. We'd pick them up if it was a barge. Gunship, we scrape them or bomb them. And they had a little radio thing in a plane, and they had it on all the ships too. It would make a longer blip on the radar screen than the barge would. And if they had that thing, they was one of us, one of our ships, see. If they had a little short blip coming out there on that radar screen, it didn't belong to us. You could
Hit it.
hit it.
Now, Papa, what, now sure, at some point you met Granny in the war.
Yeah.
Was it at the beginning, at the end, in the middle? Cause
Well,
where were you stationed at?
It was about a year before the war ended.
So you were in the middle of the war. You must have gone back to where? Pearl Harbor or San Diego? Where'd you go back to?
When I finally wound up, I wound up back in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I met Brandy.
Where at?
Well, it was at USO there in San Diego, on the north side of San Diego. I was still stationed at North Island.
Okay.
Granny had come out there after the war. And of course, she had two brothers out there.
Okay.
And she got a job building airplanes. Riveting or something, working in an airplane factory there in San Diego.
An airplane factory.
So you met her at like at the USO
I
and
think so. It was either a restaurant there on the north side of town or a USO, one of the
A
other.
restaurant or a bar?
No, it wasn't no bar. It wasn't no bar.
I was gonna ask that, but
Papa
A restaurant.
That was into the bar business.
so what did she come talk to you first or did you go talk to her first?
Well, I went and talked to her first. And I talked to her first and got a date with Granny.
Where'd you go for your date? Where'd you go on your first
I just
date?
don't remember. Probably to a movie.
Now Granny always said you got married in Tijuana, right?
Yeah, we got married in Mexico.
So why'd you go to Mexico?
Well, you could get married down there. You didn't have to go through a bunch of paperwork to get married. You get a fellow like Justice of the Peace or
Mm-hmm.
preacher or somebody,
Right.
and they married. So we got married in Tijuana.
In 1944?
1944.
So it's February 23rd, right? Because her birthday's the 21st,
Yeah.
and you got married on the 23rd of February
That's right.
of 44.
44.
Mm. So y'all were married over 60 years.
Yeah, 66 years.
60, wow, wow. Did you ever have a fight?
Oh, we always disagreed. We never had a fight. We had plenty of arguments. We had plenty of arguments. So she was from the north and I was from the south, and we had plenty of arguments and we disagreed.
so who win all the time? Who you?
No winners.
Well, she finally won because you got air conditioning.
Yeah, I usually give in to her a whole lot of her things. She give in to me a whole lot of mine. That's where that goes. A lot of things you just have to keep arguing about it. Just say, well, we won't talk no more about it today. We'll take it up another time.
Agree to disagree.
We were remembering before y'all got here. Papa and I were remembering about Papa would carry Nathan all around that house. Nathan never touched the ground till he was 2 years old. That child never touched the ground.
Nathan.
Uncle Nathan never touched the ground. And you know what would happen? Papa would take him over to the butterfly. Papa had a picture of a butterfly on the wall, Papa and Granny. And Nathan loved that butterfly. I sure wish we had that butterfly.
Anywhere I walk him in that
Oh,
living
you got
room,
that
I go,
tattoo on the small of your
oh,
back.
where the butterfly? Where the butterfly was. Yeah.
And then I remembered about Nathan, Jared, and Alan. They used to make bets when we were living in that trailer up in front of you. Those three boys would make a bet, and they'd all make a bet and put whatever their bet was, that who could get Papa to say bureaucracy the most number of times. And then
Is that right?
yeah, and then they'd go up to the house, and those three boys would sit there. And they would see who could get you to say bureaucracy the most number of times.
Richard's thinking
Really?
like, how many times have I had that bet?
Who won the bet with Richard?
If Pop come out of the war, and me and Granny decided we'd come to Georgia. And we'd
The
come-
Wiggum.
Yeah, we'd come home. That's where I was raised. Was there around Wickham. And we come home. We go from
That was my first.
San Diego to South Dakota. Then we go from South Dakota to Georgia. And there wasn't no jobs there just like are now. You couldn't find a job nowhere.
Wow.
I'm glad.
The government give us a year unemployment. It's $20 a week.
No, I don't want it.
How much?
I just wanted you to hold it.
$20 a week.
$20 a week.
But what could you rent a one-bedroom apartment for back then?
Well, you could rent a house for about $35, $40. Little frame house, country house.
A month?
About $35, $40 a month.
Right.
No air, nothing. Just a plain old frame house with a chimney in it.
Right.
And the rent wasn't that bad.
And there weren't a lot of cars around at the time either, was there?
Oh, no. You couldn't hardly buy a car for about a year after the war.
And all the factories were set up for war. And had to convert
Well,
back.
production.
You know,
Amazing.
seemed like I had a
I hate
38 Chrysler.
You was
I
a rich
think it
man.
was that I drove
Yeah.
from
And what-
San Diego.
In what year did you have a 38?
38 Chrysler.
In what year did you have a 38 and 45?
I think it was, I had it in a 45, but it was a 38 Chrysler.
Gotcha.
We drove it from San Diego to South Dakota to Georgia.
Wow.
So the kids, Sandy and Diane and Curtis and Eddie, were they all born in Florida or Georgia?
Well, Sandy was born in Wickham.
Hmm.
And Diane was born in Quincy, Florida.
Okay.
And Curtis and Edward, I believe, was born in Bartow.
I thought Eddie might have been at the Bartow Hospital, but y'all were living in Medela, weren't
Yeah,
you?
we were living in Medela. There,
Which is
South
right out
Dakota.
here, somewhere right out
Yeah,
here.
right back there.
How did
Okay.
you end up in Lakeland?
Hunting work.
Where?
Let me ask you one question. Now, South Dakota is kind of a long route to go to Georgia. What's in South Dakota?
Granny.
Granny was
Granny's
born
family.
there.
Oh,
Her
okay.
Yeah.
family was there. That's where she's raised.
Now,
You
Granny,
went to see her family.
Yeah,
And you're looking for work.
yeah.
But I know there wasn't nothing in South
It
Dakota.
wasn't down nowhere.
okay, now Granny's name was,
Keep it that way.
Granny's family name was
San Diego went
Olson, wasn't it?
to her home
Yeah.
first. Then Georgia.
Okay. I can understand that.
She had about 5 brothers and 3
both used to
sisters.
crack
2
him.
sisters.
I wouldn't do it.
She come from a pretty big family.
Okay, now Papa, Granny had, there were 12 kids in Granny's family. They were Olsons, right? Was that Swedish or Norwegian? What was it?
There's no, their descendants come
Turn
from
around.
Norway.
From Norway?
Her original descendants come from Norway. They were Norwegian people.
Oh, wow.
Her mother and daddy was. But
So her mama and daddy came from
I don't
Norway.
know whether, though I don't think they did. Their parents.
Their
come
parents,
from
her
Norway.
grandparents came from Norway.
And there's a lot of Norwegian people up there in Dakota.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
A lot of Olsons.
Now, just recently, now Granny, was she the youngest of her sisters and brothers? Wasn't she the
Yeah,
youngest?
she was next to the youngest of all the kids.
Did she live the longest, or is there any still living?
No, all of them died before she did.
Yeah, so she lived the longest.
She had a sister-in-law that's still living, and might still be living.
Okay,
And she was married to the youngest child of the family.
okay.
There's one boy younger than Granny.
And he lived in California, didn't he?
No, he lived in Rapid City, South Dakota,
Okay,
the western part of the state. Granny and them were raised in the eastern part of the state, right near the highway line,
okay.
just above Sioux Falls. But she had a brother younger than her, and he lived in Rapid City. That's the western part of the state. See, that state's about 300 or 400 miles east and west.
And Granny worked for a while. Granny only one time worked out of the home. She worked, didn't she just one time work as a school lunchroom lady?
And she worked out there at Kathleen School
Mhm.
lunchroom.
Okay, I remember that. Because I think that's when Eddie and I were at the elementary.
No, it was school out there.
Right, at the elementary.
Well, it was a high school till they built the one down there on Memorial Boulevard.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I know.
It was
Okay.
grammar and high school at Kathleen till they built that one down there on Memorial Boulevard.
And so she worked out there, and then Eddie went to school out there, and then both Nathan and Jared went to school out there. But now these boys, they're not going to go to school out there.
Why don't you tell us about that car you bought Mom that she wrecked?
Ah. that 65 red Mustang.
Oh,
And you buy Mom a car that she totaled or wrecked up or something?
First day.
yeah.
First day.
I bought it.
Was it brand new or was it used?
No, it was used. She
Oh,
paid
okay.
for it.
Oh, okay.
I bought it from that fella on Cassidy Road. He used to have he had a group that always sang in the churches. I can't think of his name.
Hazel Baker.
Hazel Baker.
I bought it from him. He had a little old car lot. Yeah. He had a little old car lot up there just above 10th Street.
Right.
And I bought that little red Mustang from him.
Yeah.
And the first day that I drove it,
I told it to Valerie, and Valerie run a red light and got together with a car.
hey, I didn't run the red light. The other guy ran the red light.
She tore the car up.
Okay, now this is the goodie, Papa. What kind of car did all the kids get when they turned 16? Fairlanes.
Fairmont.
Oh, Fairmont.
Fairlane would have been slick.
Yeah. Fairlane was a little bigger Ford than the Fairmont.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. Jared has his Fairmont. His Fairmont. He works all summer at Publix as a bag boy,
Yeah.
and he gets tires on it, and he gets it painted, and he puts them in a
Oh,
stereo.
yeah, he did a lot of,
He spent all this money, all the money he had.
like a lot of young boys.
And listen to this, what happened to your daddy. So your daddy has this car, and your daddy, he spent all this money. He gets it painted, and he gets a stereo in it. And he takes Matt
Got a
Van,
girl for the front seat.
yeah. And he takes Matt Van's golf clubs and puts them in the trunk. And then he just goes all tooling around. And then I get up one morning, and your daddy's not home. His car's not out there.
Oh no.
I go to work and I'm mad. And I keep calling home and I keep calling home. Finally, your daddy answers the phone. And I said, Jared, where are you? And he says, I'm at home. You woke me up. And I said, no, you're not. I just left for work and your car's not out there. He says, yes, it is. I says, no, it's not. He goes and checks and somebody stole his car out of the
Are
yard.
you serious?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Really, somebody
Man.
stole
After
your
you just
Ford?
spent all that time.
All that time and money.
One of his
man.
school boys.
Got the car back.
But it's still
You got
in
it
the
back?
car.
Yeah, I got it back. The police found it.
Did it
Yep.
have a radio alarm? in
Nope.
there?
Nope. Did it have the golf clubs?
Nope.
Nope.
Did it have tires? Nope.
Nope. Was it up on blocks?
Yep.
Yep.
I
Was
can
it in
So
Orange
they
Grove?
stripped-
I can
Yep.
take you down the dirt road they found it on right now.
They left the paint on it, right?
Oh no, they scratched it up too.
They took it off and put it on their car.
Yeah, they scratched it up a little bit too.
Oh, that was mean.
Yeah, and then when
Yeah.
Papa comes to Florida now in
Daddy,
1950,
you would never do that, right?
in the fall of 50, I come
Nobody.
to Florida
Nobody. The Hatchers don't
from
do
West
that.
Florida.
Hatchers
In
don't do
Alabama. I've been in Alabama carpentry. And come to Florida hunting work.
that. Mr.
And in December of 1950, I went to work for Edwards Packing Company.
Oh yeah, it's still around, or it used to be. Yeah.
Well, it used to be. They
That's smart.
gave me a job
Very observant.
trucking food around the warehouse. Some of it up in color heated, some of it just out of the road.
Until we.
75 cents an hour.
80 years ago.
My goodness.
And
You're going 75 cents an
so
hour.
I worked there. Jobs, you still couldn't find no jobs like now. Young people can't find no jobs if they
I know.
qualify for service. They go into service if they
Well,
qualify.
I mean, yeah, but now, Red, they're not paying $20 an hour.
Yeah,
Wow.
Back then, they weren't paying 75 cents an hour.
that's right.
So it doesn't matter what the money is. If they're not paying it, they're not paying it. They always had.
I worked there till January. And I knew the railroad was hiring, so I went over there and got with the railroad boss, and he said, if you pass the physical, I'll put you to work.
And you
Well,
did.
I passed the physical. Yeah. Give me a card, go see old Dr. West up at Memorial Hospital. That's where they built the hospital. Little old pink building just north of the hospital there. So,
I think it was Memorial Hospital.
It was.
And Dr. West was a railroad doctor. The railroad patient. So I had to go to him and get a physical. Well, I passed the physical, went back down there, and put me to work. Been in the railroad 33 years.
How long you were there?
33 years.
So you retired from them?
I've been retired 29.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You've almost been retired longer than you were with
Yeah,
him.
about it.
Yeah, wow.
That's awesome.
Very few people make it that long on retirement.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, you're blessed.
Yeah, I've been retired 29 years.
Oh, man. So at what age did you retire? How old were you then?
Well, I was about 61.
That's my goal.
I could retire at 61, and I
I
retired.
have to do it.
I retired just as soon as I could.
I'm going to have to do that, Papa. That way I can sit in that chair one day and talk about it. Just like you.
Oh, Lydia, your turn is a
Let's hope we get in
coming.
the chair before then.
Yeah, your turn is a coming. We're gonna be
I
recording
know.
you.
It's coming. 4 more years.
4 more years.
Yes, indeed.
Actually, which one? Which one's first?
Oh, she's
I'm
retired.
first.
Yeah.
I'm going in 3.5 years. I'm going April 2017.
Well, you already got it down, huh?
Oh, I know the day.
What about you, Nana? What about you?
Me, it's going to be March. March of 4 years from now. So what's that?
Papa raised 4
Oh, you're
kids,
going before me?
had
4
12
years from now is
grandkids.
March 2017, and I'm going April 2017.
Yeah, that's what
I
it
had a
is.
family. I had 4 kids. Had 12 grandkids. And I got 11 great grandkids.
Working on that great
I
big ship.
can't.
Yeah.
You got a few of them working.
20%.
Yeah.
But I've got a charger.
He was just talking about how many grandkids and great grandkids.
How
How
many?
many?
I had 12 grandkids. My 4 children.
Okay.
Then I got 11 great grandchildren.
Wow. Nice.
And they scattered from here to Texas. And I don't know, I lost count of how many was in my wife's family.
Well, with a dozen kids to start the base,
You're
I'd
not
say
kidding.
that.
Yeah. One of her
Take long
brothers
to lose them.
was down in San Diego. I know he had
He thinks
3
I'm doing
children.
Sit still. Yes, sir.
He had a brother
Yes,
up
sir.
near
Sit
Frisco.
still.
I don't think he had any children. He had a brother in North
He needs a
Dakota.
break.
He had some children.
You
He had a
wipe it.
brother
You're
in
6 years
Kansas
old.
City.
You're almost 7 years old. Wipe your butt.
Yeah, he did. He had one girl. I think she lived in Omaha, Nebraska.
It needs to be on camera. Fine, I'm gonna video. Let me take the video
He
camera.
had a brother in Rapid City. He had 3 children, I believe. And they had she had a brother there in Sioux Falls. And I think he had 5 children. I don't know where they all at.
Now, with a dozen, you're looking at least 30 children there somewhere, from what you tell me.
Wow.
I'd have to go to
Yeah,
South
2
Dakota
apiece.
to the reunion. They used to have a reunion up there.
I was going to say, a
That was
big
July the
family
4th.
reunion. That's a big one.
And they meet there in the city park from all over the country there and have a reunion. And we used to go up there every other year to the reunion. And I don't know where all them people went to.
I need
They
to
gathered
follow
all over the
because I'm
United States.
going to wind this up with
Well, most families are.
I need the
You
boys.
look at it, most families
I don't
are.
know where Maddox is.
Maddox,
There's a big family.
come
Well,
here.
yeah,
Come here, Maddox.
that's one of the things about the Hispanic people. They don't do that. They'll live at home until they're 30.
Yeah, but
You know,
the
35.
United States
can't
was
you go over there by
involved
Papa
in
and say,
wars
"Mama,
and
end
then
this
the men and
Yeah.
women married women.
Jackson.
Nowadays, you know, women go in the army, Navy, everywhere. Well, they marry boys from all over the country. Men do the same thing, see?
Right.
And so we sure enough got a diverse population.
Jackson, come here.
Yeah.
Jackson, Alex,
Got a
okay.
Diverse population in this.
We're about to run out of a battery, so I want to do one thing here.
Now,
Now,
real quick before that, Papa, do you remember when we go over the river when me and Nathan were little,
Yeah.
and Nathan would always lose the bush hooks in Monday Creek?
Do what?
We'd set bush hooks in the old Monday Creek,
Yeah.
and Nathan would always get those bush hooks tangled up, and we could never get them unknotted. You remember that?
Yeah, I could get him on. I could get him on that.
Nate, that's not right, is it? That's just not right to bring that up. So right now,
Shingle Creek. Remember them Shingle Creek boys that always run Nathan?
today is October 26, 2013. Jackson and Alex and Maddox, get up there by Papa Hatcher.
I'm already up here. Why
Okay, because this is what I'm going to say.
Get up there.
Right now,
Yeah.
as of right now, you guys are the next generation. Right now, y'all are the next generation of hatchers.
Yeah.
You're the only hatchers. We got other grandchildren,
Until
but
David has a boy.
until David had some boy babies.
Who's
Till-
David?
Your,
Cousin David. The one
your
that takes
daddy's
you to
cousin.
four-wheeler. Uncle Curtis's little boy.
Uncle Curtis's little boy. But until that time comes,
So straighten up.
so right now, so straighten up. Exactly.
Don't mess up.
You cannot mess up because right now, you three boys are the continuation of Papa Hatcher's line.
That's right.
You three boys right now are the continuation of Papa Hatcher's line. Oh, you silly oh, good, that's great.
Raise the roof.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
You're not making Papa feel real confident right now.
He's happy.
He's worried. Papa's worried. Papa's worried. Okay, everybody.
You gotta carry on.
Everybody.
You gotta carry on.
Woohoo. Woohoo. You guys are going to carry it on.
Raise the roof.
You guys are the next generation of Papa Hatcher's line.
That's right.
There we
What?
go. His line.
What? Say it again.
His
One more
next
time. Say it one
generation.
more time.
What?
The whole thing.
No, don't be smart aleck. You are the continuation of smart aleckness.
Look at you.